Hello everyone, welcome to the video number 2 of the tutorials for Android tutorials for beginner. To set up the Android Studio development environment, we would require JDK, which means Java Development Kit, and then we will need to set up some environment variables. After we are done with the environment variables, we would like to download the latest version of Android Studio Development Kit, and then we'll try to install the Android SDK, and last step we have to do is we have to configure SDK for our development. So to get the JDK, you need to go to the Google, just type Google and click on Java SDK download for Windows. Most likely the first link is the appropriate one. So here you can see Java SE Development Kit. This is the one which we need to download. However, you have to accept the license. You can go through the license details, you can read it and then accept it, and just click on whichever the version is applicable for you. If your machine is 32-bit, select this Windows x86 version. If your machine is 64-bit, then use this one. So just click over here and it will take you to the download. So let's wait for it because it's a substantial 196 MB file. It'll take a time, and we'll wait for it to download. And it's almost done. So this was a quick one. So let's see where it get downloaded. It's downloaded in my download folder. So just click run as administrator. It should be straightforward. Click on yes. So once that installation is done, you need to go to computer, go to C drive, program files, and you should see a folder here called Java. And then under Java you have two folders here. One is JDK and JRE. So if you see, the latest version which I have downloaded was 8.0121. so I got two folders created over here. One is JDK, another one is JRE. So the difference between is what this is Java Development Kit and this is Java Runtime Environment. So we are interested for JDK. So just go inside, you will find bunch of other directories. We don't have to get into there for the scope of this video. The only thing that we need to do is we have to copy this link as we are going to set up the environment. So to set up the environment variable, there are a couple of ways to do it. We need to set up a system environment variable so that it can be accessible by other applications. And to do that, first way is to go to control panel and go to system. Under system, go to system settings, click yes, and under system settings you need to go to environment variables. So there is another way to reach to this window is go to start and right click on your computer and click on properties. So this will directly take you to the system properties windows, and under here you just click on advanced system settings, and once you click here it will take you to another pop-up window, and here you will see the environment variables. So click over here and just you need to add a new one. Click new, right here Java underscore home, everything has to be in caps, and paste the new link that you have copied, which is the installation directory of JDK, and just hit OK. Click OK and you're all set. And if you want to verify, go here again and see if that has been appropriately set. So this step was important, as to do the development for in the Android Studio we required the Java environment, and that is now Java is installed and we have set up the environment variable. Part 2 of this tutorial is to download the Android Studio. So let's see how to do that. Again, I would like to go to Google and I would type Android SDK download for Windows 7 64-bit. So most likely you will see the first option over here is https download developer.android.com studio index.html. Click here. And here you need to download. So by the time I'm recording this video, the latest version available is 2.2.3 for Android for Windows. So if you click here, it will take you to download. First you need to accept it and just quickly go through. If you are interested to go through it, accept I have read and agree with the above terms and conditions, and then download Android Studio for Windows. As you can see, this is a substantial big file, 1.5 gig, and since I already have this file, so I'll directly take you there. So this is the file which I have downloaded it earlier. So what I'll do is I will run this as administrator. It'll take a while to launch the installer. And it says, do you want to allow following program to make changes to this computer, which means the installer has now activated. So hit on yes and close all other windows. So this will take some time depending upon your system configuration, since it's a big file, about 1.5 GB. Now we have got this window and just click on run. Since I already have the installation over here, but again I would like to show you how this happens. So settings and configuration will not be deleted, it will just uninstall the previous version, and it has detected that there's already an installation version installed, and it is recommended to remove older versions of Android Studio before continuing. Since in your case you'll be installing it first time, so you should not receive this option and you should not worry about it. Okay, now since it has uninstalled my previous version, and you should see windows such like this, and where it says you can select the component, so make sure all of these three components are selected. The first option is Android Studio, second one is Android SDK, and the third one is Android Virtual Device. So you can just mouse over on the topic and you can see what this is all about. So click on next. I agree, and these are like important installation path which I would recommend you to store somewhere. So click next and install. You can see, if you want to see what all components is being unzipped and being installed. So this will take a while, and whenever there is a next prompt, I'll let you know. Okay, now it says setup was completed successfully. So let's click on next and click on finish, but make sure this checkbox is checked which says start Android Studio. Okay, now since this has started, so usually it gives you a tip of the day every day, and I would recommend you that you should have short tips on startup. So once you get comfortable with all the stuff, and you can just uncheck it, or you can always go to next step, or you can go to previous step just before starting any stuff for the particular day. I still keep it as open. I would like to see some tips for the day. Alright, let's close this and let's go to file, because we need to do some settings. Let's click here and then click on settings, and you can also achieve this by Control Alt S. Click here So it's still preparing, so it'll take a while. And this is one of the important screen where I would like to show you that what minimum type of tools you should have it. So by default, Android 7.1.1 Nougat and 7.0 is installed, and so this is like the Android environment or the platform where you can do the development for those particular APIs, and if you want you can install others. So here you can see the status, only 2 are installed, which is the API level 25 and 24. But more importantly, we are interested for the tools, and before we go there, let's copy this path. This path is going to be used. I'll show you one more settings. Click on SDK tools. So few things I would like you to take a note, that Android SDK build tools, Android SDK platform tools, SDK tools 25.25, the version could be different in your installation based on when you are installing and downloading and installing it. Android documentation for Android SDK, this is important just in case you want to do some stuff of like you need a quick help, you just go there and you can refer the documentation. And make sure that this Intel x86 emulator accelerator, which is HAXM installer, is installed. Quite possible that this is not installed. If it is not installed, just check on and apply. For example, let's say if I click on Google USB driver, I would click on apply, and this will ask me, okay, allow access. So this will allow me the access, and it says following component will be installed. So similarly, if HAXM or the Intel 86 emulator accelerator is not installed, it will get installed. So just click on finish, apply. Okay, now you have seen that the status is also changed from not installed to the installed. Another important thing which you might not find easily on other video tutorials is that what if you need to run your SDK from the command prompt. So to do that, I just asked you to copy this guy. So let's go to this path and see what all we have it. So this is the Android path we have it, and SDK platform, and here we can see it. We have SDK tools, platform tools, and tools. So let's copy this path to the notepad and add a semicolon there, and then go back to the previous directory and click on the platform tools and copy this path and then paste over here. So now what you need to do is you copy this whole stuff. What I'm showing you is quite possible you are doing development on standalone SDK. However, in certain instances you want to run from the command prompt as well. So for example, if I go to start run and I type cmd, and if I type any of the command like adb, it says adb is not recognized as internal or external command. So which means we need to set up some values, and system values, again what we'll do is we'll go to the system settings, and then we'll go to the advanced system settings, we'll go to the environment variables, and we'll just find this path variable and click on edit. So what you need to do is you need to drag all the way to the end. So the best way is click anywhere and click control and end. It will take you all the way to the end, and just paste whatever I have copied, and don't forget to add a semicolon at the end, and just click OK and come out of this window and come out of this window as well. So how to check that? So you just go to your command prompt, echo percentage path percentage. Perfect. And now we see are these two paths over here. One is tools, SDK slash tools, another one is SDK slash platform tools. And now do ADB, and now you can see it's an appropriate path. And of course it requires certain other parameters to do it, but since you don't see that error again, that it's not a valid command, so which means your path is set. Android. So this usually take a time to do it. Okay, perfect. So this has opened the SDK manager. If I click, so usually this pops up, so which means our path has been set perfectly. So this was all scope of this video. Keep watching, subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed it, and please do give me some comments, whether good or bad. I'll be happy to receive a feedback, and it'll be helpful. Thank you so much.